Hey everybody.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Katie, and this is
Correct Me If I'm Wrong. Today we're going to talk about not the yarn game or the yard game. You see how I screw that up?
Okay.
I already forgot what crochet, knitting, crochet. We're going to talk about, Katie's going to to us about what I'm going to tell you about. Katie, what are we going to talk about?
Mo's going to teach us about crocheting.
That's what I said.
Yes. Eventually, that's what you said.
Well, in preparation for this one, because I did know what we were going to do, and I crocheted you a little something.
You did?
I did. I've been I don't like to brag.
Dabbling?
I've been dabbling.
Dabbling with the hook. What did you make?
This.
Oh, that's beautiful. What is it? Is it a tank top? Is
it
a wig?
Look, our beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. This is Bernie
Rapunzel,
Sanders mittens.
Rapunzel. Oh,
Bernie Sanders mittens.
Yes.
The Van Gogh exhibit.
That's very nice. I like that. What size hook did you use on that?
Q.
There's actually a Q hook. That's actually.
I know. That's what I used. Well, I mean.
All right. So Mo, tell us about crochet. So you know that yarn is part of the experience. So I would assume there are different kinds of weights of yarn and types of yarn. Do you know what some of the types of yarn are?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm holding 4 right here. We've got light blue, blue, brown, and what some people will call this tan. It's more of an ecru eggshell.
Very nice. So those are colors, which is great. But
it's not gray. Oh, there is a little gray.
What type of yarn would you call it?
That's a polynomics blend. It's fire retardant, unless you get it near a flame, and then it is very flammable.
So there's something in yarn called weight. Do you know what the weight is? Like what?
The weight is about 5 minutes.
Not WAIT, WEIGHT. You should never ask a yarn her weight. So what is
how old is that yarn?
What are your political affiliations?
Hey, is that real? Okay, so let me just download everything I know about.
Tell me. Let's just talk about yarn for a second. Tell me what you know about yarn.
Lots. If you go back to the caves in Egypt.
Okay.
I'm talking pre-pyramids, just caves.
Okay.
You will see a lot of hieroglyphics.
Okay.
With yarn. They talked about I won't. You will.
Oh,
but
I will.
About darn it. Let me finish. About the when they would knit things, mostly mittens and shrouds for the mummies, and so it's a very ancient art.
Okay.
Knitting and crochet. Crochet is actually French for baguette. It's also a synonym in French for knitting. And that's why it's very commonly referred to. Yeah, but they both used weapons, and that's why you cannot fly if you are a knitter or a crocheter.
You actually can fly with crochet hooks.
You can fly with crochet hooks.
Watch the
You just have to have them in your checked baggage.
Yeah. No, you can carry on a crochet hook.
You can carry on it as long as it's not oversized, because it has to be able to fit. Because if you crochet with the Q shapes like I do.
So a Q hook is actually this really, really big round plastic hook. And you use a Q hook when you are crocheting like 3 different yarns at the same time. And it's like coloring with the big crayons, kind of. So that's when you use a Q hook. And so does crocheting use just one instrument in your hand, or is it more than one?
Instruments or hooks?
Hooks.
Yeah, because you get a 2x4 in there, and then...
What's a 2x4?
Is that like the... No.
Anyway.
You use 2. It's like knit 1, purl 1.
So that's knitting. Knitting uses needles, and needles don't have hooks on the end. They're just straight. And you knit on 2.
Like a cat's penis. Cat's penis has a little...
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that, but no.
I know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So crochet hooks are just one single hook. Oh. And they have alphabet names. So they go from, I think A to Q is what they go for. And then when you get the really, really tiny ones, when you do something called thread crochet.
It's just cross stitching.
And they have numbers. So they're like, the hooks are really, really, really tiny. And then the yarn weight has to do with the thickness of the yarn. There's also something called the bulk. So you can look on the label, and there can be like if you're doing a pattern and it'll say like bulk 4, then you should buy like that's probably like a 3 or 4 bulk. So the thicker and bulkier the yarn is, the higher the bulk number is. And then it's certain things like made like this is probably a polyester
Nomex
wool kind of thing.
Yeah, this is a polyester spandex.
And there's
wool,
so what other kind of things do they make yarn? What other kind of materials is yarn made with?
Twine, hemp, recreational hemp.
Well, you can actually crochet with hemp.
I know.
It's not the kind you smoke.
Yeah, please don't smoke your sweaters.
Please don't smoke your sweaters.
Grandma got stoned by her Christmas sweater. Yeah, so hemp, polyester.
So you said polyester, that's true. What else? What other materials?
Parchment paper.
No, you can't crochet with parchment paper. You can have wool yarn. You can have cotton yarn. 100% cotton yarn is really nice.
Okay.
You can have things like, like fancy cashmeres and things like that.
Yeah.
So
there are some people that will go right to the back of a sheep and grab their Q hook. Well, I would really use it more of a K1/2 hook. And they will go, a needle.
Hook.
And go right up to the sheep and just stand over the sheep here. Hold this. This is like,
I'm like the sheep.
And you could just
I'm the sheep in the
you're talking like right. And so and then bam.
I don't know if it works that way, but okay.
You could. Well, I guess my point was wool is something you can.
So what are some of the easiest things so there are a lot of, okay, let's go here. There's a lot of different crochet stitches. Can you tell me some of the names of the stitches in crochet?
There's the surgical suture. There is the son of a stitch. There is the stitch please.
Stitch
please. And then in prisons they use this.
I feel like I should stop you.
No, it's nothing bad. They just say, don't be a stitch.
Stitches get
stitches.
So there are stitches. Single crochet is the most SC. Single crochet, double crochet.
Oh, acronyms
triple
too.
Crochet.
Excellent.
Half double crochet.
And a triple Lindy.
And she sticks the landing. And then there are variations. And then within patterns, there'll be they'll say do the fan stitch, and the fan stitch would be like 4 double crochets all in the same.
Can you self-teach yourself? I don't know. Can you teach yourself crochet?
Yeah, it's probably easier if someone else teaches you though. So I learned to crochet when I was 7. It's a fun little story. I had a loose tooth. I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. And I hated having my teeth pulled when I was a kid. So my mom made me a deal. She said, if you let me pull your loose tooth, I will teach you how to crochet. And I was like, I'm in. And my mom is left-handed, so she crochets like upside down, but she taught me how to crochet. And
do you crochet left-handed then?
No, I crochet right-handed. So what are some of the things that I don't know, maybe that you've made, Moe, since you know so much about crochet?
Besides Bernie's deconstructed mittens.
Yeah. That's very artistic.
Well, I made this sweater. I made this wall hanging.
How can you tell the difference between when something is crocheted and when something is knitted?
That's a good question.
I thought it was.
Read the label.
No,
right above "Made in China," it will say "This was stitched in." Or sometimes you will see, if I might go bilingual here, "Hecho in Vietnam."
So when things are crocheted, they have more holes in them, so they're more like lace or latticey sort of. Things
the
that
bra.
are
That's you crocheted me up. Yeah, because
crochet you a bra.
That's the problem. I'm glad you admitted it. You made me a doily. What is a bra if not 2 doilies suspended by doily? It's so nice to.
But what do you think would be like some of the easier things to crochet?
A doily.
Doilies are in a circle, so you crochet in a round. So it has a center, and as you build the rows, it gets bigger like this.
I actually crochet outward in.
You're on the outside. I don't think that works. You have a hat that I crocheted you.
I know, but I didn't make that. You asked me what I made.
I did make.
Yes.
I did. I made you a couple hats actually. Your green one is
my helmets.
Too. Your helmets.
And a scarf.
And a scarf. I did make you a scarf. So I am really good at big flat things. So like
that's
blankets,
what she said.
Blankets, scarves. No, the hats.
Flounder.
We both.
Flounder.
So We both have kind of matching habits. My yarn is slightly
They're both
different.
worn on the head.
They're both worn on the
They
head.
are matching.
During the pandemic, I crocheted a lot. Kind of saved
happened
my
to your
sanity.
teeth?
Well, I don't like talking about the pandemic.
Okay.
But I crocheted a lot because I was going to lose my mind. I made a shawl. I made a gray shawl during the pandemic. Remember that?
Is that the one
I
from
wore it
Iran?
I wore it for what?
The Shah of Iran. You're welcome.
I wore it when we did Little Women.
Can you tell? I hate to reveal what a novice I am, but is it obvious what a rookie I am when it comes to crocheting?
Yes.
I guess that's kind of the point of the correct me if
And
I'm
there
wrong.
are some people I know that I'm friends with on Facebook, so I'll give some shout outs to my friend Paige.
Hi, Paige.
To Rebecca,
Hi, Rebecca.
Connor, she's a Sweet Adeline.
Woohoo.
There's a crafty Sweet Adeline. Oh, Kate from Luster, quite the crocheter.
Hi, Kate.
Yeah, I just met her recently and acted like I already knew her because I follow her on Facebook. Now we're friends. It's good.
Katie says follow. The
that's
rest of
right.
us say
And
stop.
then
Some people say restraining order.
My sister has just recently taken up crocheting, like
So-
out of nowhere.
So those little lumpkins she's making.
Yes.
My friend's doing that. Heather McNeil's doing that too.
Cute, so cute. So
Is
they're
that
basically-
crocheting?
Yeah, they're single crochet in the round.
But they're stuffed with stuff.
Yeah, and then you stuff them and you put eyes on them and you make little, accessories. It's super fun. So she
know what?
got kits.
Two googly eyes. That's it. Oh,
Bam.
I almost unshriveled it.
And then I just made an owl purse recently. I have a little, I haven't made a lot of like little stuffed animals. I've made some, but I like making people baby gifts. If I know someone's going to have a baby, I like
You were
making
supposed to
them a
make
little-
me, speaking of pandemic, you were supposed to make me
you. What was I supposed to make you?
the little virus.
Oh, that's right.
I even sent you a pattern
I
and
had a little
everything.
virus and I didn't make it.
El virus.
That's the virus in Spanish. No
Hecho.
virus. So my sister's been making little stuffed animal things, and but if I know ahead of time that I'm going to a baby shower, I made your great niece
Oh,
a
that's
little
right.
blanket.
That blanket. Yeah, she uses it
A
all the
little
time.
lovey,
Yeah.
a little square,
Yeah, it's
small
cute.
blanket that they can just hold on to. So yeah, so it's fun. I like crocheting. It's a good stress reliever. I love taking something like this and turning it into something that looks.
So you like to take my masterpiece and improve upon it.
just improve it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So to recap,
who else out there crochets?
crochet.
Yeah.
Ancient Egyptian caves,
Sure.
hieroglyphics, using an alphabet hook,
Parchment paper.
one, a parchment
apparently.
paper, straight from the llama's back.
Another thing you can do is you can take
I probably can't.
pieces of fabric, or like people take jeans and cut them into strips, and you can connect the strips, and then you can crochet them and make big things like rugs and things like that.
That's
when you use
sewing.
the Q hook. No, it's still crocheting. You know those big blankets we have that Kendra made us?
Yeah.
That was arm knitting, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you can make big things too. So, but it's fun. So if you haven't tried crocheting, you should try it. And let me know, because I'll sit and crochet with you, because it's fun.
I'll be at the bar.
Mo will sit and entertain us. She'll serve us drinks. It'll be fun. So, Mo, thank you for telling us all of the very, very interesting and vast things that you know about crocheting.
This has been, correct me if I'm wrong, crochet.
And boy, are you.
Okay, while I go untangle this mess, I will say be grateful, keep laughing, and stay positive.
We'll see you next time.
Keep crocheting.
Bye.
Are you
Tongue crimping, fluffing my hair. Hey, everybody.
Oh. Welcome to All About Katie's Haircut. I asked Katie if we care about the shadows.
We don't.
She said no.
Our content will far override any shadows that may befall us.
That's how bad the shadows are.
These shadows are weird.
I have a little bit of a chickpea stuck like right.
This is a segment we like to call Mo has a chickpea stuck in her throat. Rub it down, chickpea.
Actually, that helped. I don't.
Consent to touch your chickpea? Do you need the Heimlich? Massaging her chickpea. She's such a petite feminine flower, folks.
He's just yakking on a bone. He got it up. Nah, just probably nosing through the. Are we just gonna quote movies?
Okay, here we go. Is that a chickpea, or are you just happy to see?